I wanted to EQ the microphone, but I didn't even do that. Messing up, man. Being all extra quick. What up? What up? What up? It's your boy Blue 51. Did I make it private? I hope I made it public. We'll find out in a little bit. A few conversations today, but one of the first conversations we're gonna have is about the bear. Pastor doesn't know about the bear conversation, so I gotta let the pastor know about the bear. They got So the bear conversation goes like this. There's a bunch of people going around. There's a question going around for women. Would you rather be alone? Hold on, let me make sure my junk is quiet. Silence. The question is, they're asking women, would you want to be alone in the woods with a man or with a bear? And women are choosing the bear.
Okay, so look at the board.
Okay.
They said they feel safer with a wild bear than a man alone in the woods. That's the conversation they're having online.
Oh, and they're picking the bear.
They're picking the bear. That's the bear conversation. You hear me, Kev? Women, they're asking the question, asking women, they say, would you get women in the woods with a man or with a bear? And the women are choosing the bear.
How are they rationalizing that?
They're saying that they're safer with the bear
How?
because men are worse animals than wild bears. They're scarier. They're more scared of men than the bears. But if a bear was to come in this building right now, every woman would jump behind a man.
Exactly.
But
I think I know what it is.
what is it? What is
I
it?
know what it is.
What is it?
The bear is about 6'3", 300 pounds, all muscular, right? Got multiple baby daddies. You know what I'm saying?
He said,
Horrible parent. Women always choose that. They don't choose the good
it's
dude.
Pookie. It's Pookie in the woods. He ain't got no house.
No.
He don't pay no
This
bills.
dude all alone, boning whatever he can and acting up. That's what they choose.
Yeah.
They used to choose that. They don't choose the good dudes out there trying to work.
That's it. You know what? My man got a point. So I'm ripping proof. You
They
know
don't
I
choose
love
nobody
it.
in this room right now. They choose the ones they trying to do.
They want the bear. You know what I'm saying? You bring Smokey in this joint, they with it. Where's Smokey at?
They must have seen the movie Cocaine Bear.
First off, not a lot of people seen Cocaine Bear. But yo, shut up, man. Why did you watch it? What was you doing? And it was for, they got Cocaine Shark too.
It seemed horrible. So
All right, so the real topic wasn't the bear conversation. The real topic we had is conversations that black people aren't ready to have. That's the topic. Oh, there's a bunch of them. But I was watching this clip and these guys are going down the list. They asked a bunch of college kids conversations that black people aren't ready to have. I wanted to hear your responses to the same things that they said. When they were asked, this person said, one of the conversations that black people aren't ready to have is that we cause most of our own problems to ourselves.
I don't agree with that.
I disagree.
You disagree? Why do you disagree with that?
I don't think we cause them. I don't think we do enough to get ourselves out of the problems. I think the problems were caused long ago, but we haven't done enough to extricate ourselves from the problems caused by the masses.
What about you, Kev?
Same thing. It's
Don't take his answer. See, that's how you know your answer good. He doesn't want to answer.
It's systematic.
But have we done enough? Probably not. No, definitely not. But we didn't cause our problem. Our design, our problems were orchestrated and designed.
Yeah. What he said.
No. That's why I wanted to have it, because I'll be honest with you, there's a couple of them that I wanted to rebuttal when I heard the joint, but I was like, let me bring it to the shop. I'll do my rebuttals at home in my stream setup, you know what I'm saying, while playing Minecraft in my little world. But I was like, nah, let me let me ask the shop. So you guys think it's systematic. You don't agree with that. Should I go down the list of all the things with y'all and walk back, or should I ask everybody each question individually? Because I feel like I should just get it all right now and then come back and do the next one. Yeah, because I don't want to keep asking, because I don't want to switch around. But there's a bunch of conversations. Pastor, what about you, man? They asked a couple of college kids. My bad, brother. You talking? Oh, you making faces. You hype. You like your haircut? Yeah. You had a nice haircut, brother. So one of the things they said online was they were saying that my topic today is conversations that black people aren't ready to have. The guy was going on campus and he asked a bunch of the black students different questions. One of the answers that the kids gave was, what is the conversation that black people aren't ready to have? She said that we cause most of our own problems to ourselves. Do you agree with that? That that's a conversation I'm ready to have? Do you think that black people cause most of their own problems?
No.
Why not?
Because the system is designed to bring problems into their lives. and it's caused them to have minimal successes and a lot of failures. What black people have done is failure to educate themselves against a process that would insulate them from some of what has been historically designed for them to take.
No, I agree with that. That's just part of the reason I brought it to the shop is because I don't agree with. Hey man, hold on, pause. Commercial break, bro. It's my brother Red. Y'all don't normally get to see Red because Red only behind the camera. As you can see, Red not behind the camera today.
behind the camera, just-
No. Now we old school. We got the vertical and not the horizontal because Red don't know how to respect the time, bro. Y'all even talk about me being late. This how y'all feel when I be late? Yeah, for real. I need Phil to shut the front door when he talk to me. Yo, Phil, that was rhetorical, bro. I didn't need you to answer. Yeah. I don't like Phil. That's why you know what? Till you do right. Till you do right, every head you touch gonna fail. All right, so I'm not ending the stream so you can be the cameraman. But let me ask you a question, Reb. It's a conversation that black people aren't ready to have. I'm asking you. The first one is, I want to know if you agree with this, right? That we cause most of our own problems to ourselves.
Do I agree with that?
Do you agree with that as a problem, a conversation we're not ready to have? Do you think that black people cause most of their own problems to themselves?
I think that's 50-50. It's 50-50 and it's too, it depends on how you look at it. If you want to, some people like to take accountability to the extreme, so they like to say anything that I do is my fault, right?
Yeah.
Other people like to be like, well, there are systems in place that like I'm working within, so therefore like the system sort of gave me only 1 and 2 and 3 options, but I would like to have more options, but I kind of got to work with what I got. So it just depends on how you personally look at stuff in your life.
So, how's that 50-50? You saying so it's perspective? So how do we cause our own problems? Because we look at it the wrong way? That's what you mean? Like, I don't understand the 50-50
Just
part.
like if like we like to take accountability for what we do. So if we
Absolutely, it's always my fault.
If we're making content or whatever and it doesn't perform, or if we aren't seeing the results we want, we don't blame the algorithm.
I do, but
I'm saying like the algorithm could easily be blamed, and you could put 100% of the blame on the algorithm, and that's just how you carry it. Or you could just motivate yourself to be like, let me do more, let me take my actions and do more, or do better, do different things, try it out, and then, you know what I'm saying, you can approach it that way. So if black people cause all our own problems, then that's, or what's the one? We do or we don't?
that we cause most of our own problems to ourselves. That's the first thing that I heard on this video.
That sounds like the perspective of someone saying like, yeah, we need to take accountability of ourselves fully. And so if black on black crime, well, that's us, right? If we can't get bank loans, well, we need to have better credit. You know what I'm saying? Like ignoring the fact that like the
Historically, there's been some things going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just kind of, for me, that one, it depends on how you choose to look at it.
I guess the 50-50 makes sense when you put it like that, you know what I'm saying? Now, I want to pass the camera to Red, but I don't think I can switch it to where I want to be. So 1 second, hold on. Is there an option? Nope. Is there this thing here? What's this? Nope. Can't do anything with this.
I can just be horizontal. I can just roll this.
Yeah, I can't do anything with this joint, bro. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pass the camera to my mans.
Oh yeah, what's up, y'all? You know what I'm saying? Turn the camera. It's kids. Can't put the kids on the camera.
Sorry, I got help you, baby. You know how I do it, can't help it. I'm going to ask you a question for the show.
Daddy, look
It's a
at
real
me.
question. It's tough. It's a tough answer.
You know me, Blue. I don't think chills.
Yeah, we're not gonna put people on camera. Don't want to be on
Let's
camera.
ask you, brother. Hey, man, this dude goes to this college campus. He's asking questions to the kids on campus. He's asking to state a conversation that black people aren't ready to have, right? So one of the answers, and I want to ask you if you agree with this. One of the answers was that we cause most of our own problems to ourselves. And I was curious, do you agree with that answer as a conversation that black people aren't ready to have?
I mean, I feel like it kind of just depends on what you like come from. I mean, me personally, I came from a solid background, so I can't say that like I created most of my problems for myself. But as life went on, you know, you're gonna face problems regardless. So I mean, I personally,
Do you agree with that or don't agree with? Because it sounds like you say you don't experience this. That means you don't agree with that black people cause the experience. I guess the problems you experience as a black person. Do you feel like they came to you, or do you think you created them, or do you think they can be solved, like without you?
they can be solved.
They can
But
be solved by
yeah,
you, like they're within your power. Or do you think they're outside of your power?
I don't know. I think at the end of the day, yeah, it was things I could get myself through because
Did
I
you
got through in
did
the
you
end.
did you make them for yourself? Do you think there's some kind of stereotype or some kind of like conditioning that played into it? Or do you think that they came about? You can go sit down, bro. You do you think they came about because of some kind of systematic thing?
Nah, I don't think it's anything like that. I think it's just they did it for themselves. Yeah, for real.
So you don't think so you think that
Yeah, I
black
mean-
people create their own problems then?
Black
you
people,
agree?
no. I think just in terms of anybody, I think the problems that you face in life half the time is probably because of your own
Do
actions.
you think that black people face a set of do you think that black people inherit a set of yeah? Do you think that black people in America?
Some things, yes.
Some things, yes.
Yeah.
So, my question again is, do you agree?
I'm both ways. I could go both ways with the answer. That's what I mean.
Whoa, hey, yo, both ways. I can go both ways.
Pause,
Whoa, no Diddy, bro, no Diddy. Hey, yo, my man crazy in the chair. Sean, conversations that black people aren't ready to have. They go to the college campus. He asked a few people a couple of questions. I have all their responses, but one of the first ones that I heard was that black people are the reason for black people cause most of their own problems to themselves. Do you agree with that statement as being a conversation we're not ready to have?
They didn't cause the problem. They didn't cause the problem, but they're not doing anything to get out of the problem.
Yeah, that's a better answer. Yeah.
So, like they can get out of it, but they're not the cause of all their problems. No, some of them, yes. It's you got to. It's situational. You know what I mean? Like, no, they're not the cause of all of their problems, but they have the answer. They can fix it.
They can fix it. But it's not all them.
We can fix it.
What about you, Phil? Do you think that black people cause most of their own problems to themselves? You're just not good at talking, man. Nah, we're gonna get you better, bro.
Yeah, they cause they cause their own problems.
You think black people cause their own problems?
Yeah, most times. Most times.
Give me an
Give
example.
yourself, say somebody say, okay, go over here and do this, and you do something different, and then there's a cause and effect from it. Like, man, we didn't tell you to do that. We told you to do this, and that's why that happened. So I'm not gonna say per se, but you know, that's what it goes.
Your kid's hard-headed? You got hard-headed kids? You said that like a parent. Sound like a man. Your kid's hard-headed?
I am a parent.
Yeah,
So
that's what it
yeah.
is. You got hard-headed kids, man. You got practice. He said, I told you to do this. You ain't do that. Now you in trouble. Like that. I do that same logic.
Cause and effect.
That's child logic right there. I like that. All right, so since I'm down here, I'm gonna say it again. They said that I know you're gonna like this one, Sean. I'm gonna ask Sean first. Another conversation they said black people aren't ready to have is that HBCUs are just normalizing segregation. 90% of the people there are black, so there's no cultural integration. It's just segregating. Hey, bruh. Hey, I'm on your time. Listen to me. I'm on your time with this one. I heard this and I was like, what is homie talking about? But I gotta bring it because they said it was a conversation that we wasn't ready to have.
I'm gonna try to do this as a one-liner. Here they go with that divide and conquer shit again. Here they go.
So you don't agree with that? I'm coming past. I'm on the way.
Well, you and I have already talked, but I have three questions for you to ask.
For me to ask?
Yeah, that have an effect on the black community.
What's the three questions?
First, homelessness.
Black people homeless?
Homelessness.
Are we more homeless than everybody else?
I'm not saying we are. I'm just saying this is one of the issues in our community. Homelessness.
Okay.
Number two, credit scores. We don't talk about credit scores in the black community much. We talk about lack of ability to get credit, but we don't talk about credit scores because in the environment that we live in today, that's a very important aspect of success or non-success. And number three, insurance. How many black folks don't have or have too little insurance, which is an act of legacy. And we don't think about legacy in our community as much as we should.
I have to agree with that because every time, unfortunately, there have been some passing of friends and family members, they hit. So it's always a GoFundMe.
Right.
Yeah.
It's always a GoFundMe. Go fund
Nobody
this,
had no
help
money
this,
when it died.
help this, help this person, help that person, and
No
it's,
legacy.
It's literally we all. I mean, it was community, but the community been looking out for everybody in the community.
Most black people hand them out. You just work, get that money, you pay this, and then you broke. So you get paid again.
I ain't never broke. Hey, first and foremost, man, we talking about. You don't know my life. You don't know my life, man. So what
I think I say anyway.
Nah, I gotta pick at you because me and you got beef.
Now, you find out about the ones after they leave here because you're forced to GoFundMe and everything makes the exposure. But the ones that you don't hear about, know about, or see are the ones that do have some sort of support mechanism, but yet they find themselves homeless or on the brink of homelessness. Somebody else doesn't help them by paying their rent or helping them to meet the obligation of their mortgage. Or if they don't, homeless.
Or they just don't manage their money well. 'Cause I think money management and credit score go hand in hand. And that's not. And I do think that specifically with black people, it is something that would benefit us. But I also think just as a society, just as as Americans, we're under educated on things that are more functional, like credit scores and financial management. Like those are two things that they could, like filing your taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like those are things they could teach at school at a lower level education, just to have people be more proficient at being an adults. But we don't really do that. You know what I'm saying? Because
And we don't teach it in the home.
a lot of the people in the home don't know how to do it to teach it on. You know what I mean? Like as an adult, I realized a lot of the things that the adults in my family were doing when I was coming up was just getting by. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought that was adulting, but they were just figuring it out and trying to, this is adulting, but it wasn't adulting. They were figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? One thing I do a lot with my kid is I'm very transparent about I don't know yet. Let me look into it. And I'll research things, I'll Google things, I'll make phone calls. I'll learn it with her before I give her I have to know everything because I'm the adult. I try to normalize being ignorant for a moment, right? Because I can not know something in its entirety for a few minutes, but I can literally go to one of the most advanced information sharing platforms we have and be educated in a 30-minute read. You know what I mean? So now with her friends, she does the same exact thing. My kid will be like, what? Da-da-da. And in the middle of a conversation, she don't hear something. She'll boop, 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 Google it right quick and be telling me stuff. Daddy, pineapple eats you when you eat it. What? What? No, it don't. Yeah, it do, Daddy. I looked it up. I Googled it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's amazing.
And I'm glad you brought that up because that's another aspect of a perpetuated problem among us is that we have received so much misinformation that we accept as the gospel truth without any verifications at all. And that needs to stop. You had conversations that go back generations of bad information, but because it was verified by mouth through generations, it's been accepted instead of someone taking the initiative to take the time to actually factualize it, right or wrong, and then accept it. A lot of that in our community.
I actually, even when I know something, I'll Google it to be more proficient in how I explain it to her. So I'll give her my layman's terms. I go, let me make sure. Even though I'm pretty sure I'm right, let me make sure. And I'll look and be like, you know what, I was. And I'll be proud of myself for being close to it. Or I'll be like, you know what, I'm wrong, baby. That's not how you do it. But I always double check myself because it's like, I don't want to give you the wrong information, baby. So I'm glad that I do that because I just did it naturally. But now that I know, I'm like, yeah, I'm making sure I don't give her the wrong information. Which is funny because I was going to go, this is one of the last conversations that happened, but one of the things they said, the conversation that black people aren't ready to have is that y'all beat on y'all kids severely and y'all say it's discipline when y'all just beat the crap out of y'all kids. That was a conversation that said black people aren't ready to have. And the reason it made me think about it was just the parenting and upbringing. Do you think that's first off, do you agree with that conversation?
That we beat our kids?
that black people beat their kids severely and say it's
Hey,
discipline.
real quick. How many black fathers and mothers your age that are beating on their kids? And
I don't know.
And define beating. Define beating. Smacking is a beating? Or
Beat
smacking
on your
is
kids
smacking?
it sounds like abusive, right? I don't know a lot of people in my age group that are even beating. Like I know whooping's still giving out. You know what I'm saying? Like I know physical discipline has been used, right? I know that I know friends who have done physical discipline, but I don't know anyone who's out here. Well, I'm looking at it and I'm like cringing. You know what I'm saying? It don't remind me of when I was a kid. When I was a kid, it was a little bit more. That was a tool that was readily used for everything. You know what I mean? Dishes wasn't washed, pop. You know, dishes wasn't clean, room wasn't clean, pop. Clothes wasn't washed, pop. You know what I mean? Homework wasn't done, pop. You know, like these kids get conversations, they get talked to. I think we're a little bit more emotionally in tune with this particular. But these are young kids that are saying this. This is a college platform to have this conversation. So I guess instead of
I wonder if they got beat. Because they're 18. They're 18 years old.
at least 18.
That's not our generation. Right?
Nah. They live in a different world.
That's my generation. I got beat growing up, but it wasn't
You get hit or beat.
both. Like my mom, yeah.
What's a beating?
A beating, like my dad get out the belt. Like I did
I
something
don't understand. Like we just call them beatings. Like I guess there is a difference between a beating and a spanking, but spanking
Also,
sound
like,
mad
I saw-
sus to me. So,
So I saw something. It was like a parent was talking about like, yeah, like I'm gonna whoop my kid if they do something stupid. Like if the stove is on and I tell you it's hot and you still try to touch it, yeah, I'm gonna hit you because now I'm trying to show you like this is not something you should do. Like this is like kind of regulating. Like yo, this is good. This is not good. Like this is bad. Like you shouldn't be doing this. So in that sort of thing, if you like have a young kid, I wouldn't see it opposed to that. But if you're just beating your kid because like they said something or something like that, or they didn't turn the TV off when you asked them to, or something like that. That's just dumb. Yeah.
I got one of those before.
Yeah.
They turn the TV off.
Yeah.
Look, man, we grew up
Just-
different.
Yeah, like my parents when I got to a certain age, my parents was like, "There's no point in beating you. Like we're just gonna take stuff away." And then they started taking away the game, and then I was like, "All right, yeah."
Hey, can we talk about that for a second? You know how abusive it is to take a boy's game away from him, yo? Growing up, they used to just take it away because they didn't care about it. They had no attachment to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, you could be doing a number of other things. When you was gaming, there was a number of other things you could have got into, but you wasn't gaming. You know what I mean? They gonna take the game away, bro.
The worst one was they took it. I couldn't go outside. That was the worst.
That's back in the day. They don't care no more. Kids this day, this era of children.
My childhood was back in like 2010s and all that, so we didn't have all that stuff. But yeah.
Nah, outside is a thing of the past, bro. Kids don't play outside no more. Kids don't play no more. They used to play outside. That's gone. Let me go ask Kev some of these questions because I ain't asked Kev no questions in a minute. Let's see what Kev talking about. Kev, can I ask you another question?
Real quick, Green was in here talking about blackity black black, right? Blackity black black black. All he was just repeating a bunch of comments, and then he goes, "Why nobody in here? There's 20 people in here." He said, "Why nobody in here talking to me?" And then Winfro Fresh said, "I just got here." Winfro just popped up saying that.
Oh, what up, Fro? What up, Green? Appreciate y'all. We got Dove in the joint. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, so Kev,
Yes, sir.
that's your question, bro.
Okay.
Conversation that black people aren't ready to have, right? One of the responses were that HBCUs is just normalizing segregation. 90% of the population is black, so they're not really culturally integrated. It's still just segregation. Do you agree with that?
No, I graduated from HBCU, and it was one of the best experiences in my life
Why is that?
because the teachers, to me, take more interest in you than being at a predominantly white university.
Do you feel like it's segregation?
No.
Do you agree that so you don't agree that it's segregation continued? What do you think is the benefit of an HBCU?
I just told you. The teachers
First
take
off,
more interest.
your experience. You think that the teachers are more?
I think they take more interest in you as a student to progress you as a black person.
Were there
into
white
the group.
teachers?
Yeah. One of my best teachers was white.
I want to make a joke. I want to make a joke that your all black school, your white teacher was your favorite. What's wrong with you, man?
He was a good teacher. I mean,
Nah, I'm just being funny.
huh?
I'm just
No,
being funny, bro.
Make it even more funny. He taught African American studies. Yes, and
He was killing it.
Yo, I love that class.
He ain't do what the Democrats did. Remember they came out with the kente cloth and the knee.
Nah,
They
he wasn't
he
like
issued
that.
one of those. He issued with the
I
kente
used to
cloth.
ask him, I'm like, did the slave masters rape the slaves? Oh, by and far.
By and far. He was pure white. He was white British,
Yeah,
pure white. Oh,
by
God.
and far.
Oh, by and far. It's crazy.
Yeah. But no, that was one of my favorite classes, all 4 years.
You think that, so the benefit was solely educational. He said that there's no cultural integration. Do you think the culture of a HBCU is lacking? Or you think that experience of having it be 90% black? Because I think about that, like my kid goes to school and like 70% of her school is Asian. So, and like I think like 3 or 6% is black. So I'm like, we talked about, I never looked at that when I went to school because all the school was black, right? My school was mostly black. But I think about it now, I'm like, those kids aren't gonna relate directly to her experience of life. Not in a negative way, just more so her going into the school, she's aware that the culture of the school is predominantly around something that you don't really experience on a day-to-day. You know what I'm saying? Like these aren't the same lifestyles and experiences that you're gonna have in your day-to-day, just to be aware of that, you know what I'm saying? And I never looked at it that way, but my brother actually sat down with her and we looked at the school and I thought about how cool that was, you know, to be able to look at the breakdown and kind of have an idea of where you fit in like the total school demographic, you know what I'm saying? So you have your space. You're like, oh, I'm the minority here as far as my own cultural experience or where my culture fits in here. I thought that was kind of cool for identity because it's something I never, as just being black is what I say, just being black. Like my daughter has 2 cultures, right? She has her black side, which would be her father, and she has this Dominican experience, right? So she has both those cultures. Yeah, and that's why I said it's like I said black, I was like hesitant to say it because I don't know how to explain it, but like, it's a different experience, right? Being Dominican, they have culture and tradition that doesn't exist in my household. So she has these 2 identities that go hand in hand. You know what I mean? When you see her, you think she's a black child, and then she speaks Spanish. You're like, oh snap! And you're like, oh, and then they think I speak Spanish, but I don't. I'm like, my baby translates.
You look like a Dominican guy.
Hey, when I say certain things, I'm very Dominican. You see, I got one, right? No, but I was saying that to be like, I think the identity that she's able to have is more solidified just knowing that, but I wonder how it would be in an all black or a mostly black school, how her identity would be. You know what I'm saying? And how comfortable she would be or how crazy she would be or how, comfortable she would be. So we don't agree with the segregation. I don't agree with it either. I thought that it was more so like, I think the segregation less time for it to be like, easily influenced. You know what I'm saying? The same way my daughter, like, you know where you belong and not belong. You know where you stand in this demographic, so you know that you have a unique experience. Everything that they're talking about don't have to do with you. Anything that's going on in this school doesn't have something to do with you.
I would definitely send my kid to an HBCU.
Yeah, me too. The other one was that white people have every right to wear braids at this point. We wear wigs. We wear wigs, blonde wigs, curly wigs. He said that white people at this point.
How did that, like, why is that even a thing?
That's a conversation we're not ready to have. They said, we out here like braids is cultural appropriation. They're like, yo, when they appropriate the hair, the straight hair, the curly hair. They were saying that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, Bo Derek did it in the what? Hey, John, when Bo Derek wear the braids? That was like the 70s, wasn't it? Yeah, that was like the 70s.
Who Bo Derek?
You know who Bo Derek is?
I asked the question because I don't know. A baseball player. All right, cool. Why I gotta
No. The lady, the actress. You know how everybody, when Kim Kardashian got her braids, and they was like, Bo Derek.
There was a
did
different
that.
though. There was different though. Kim Kardashian braids was different.
No, Bo Derek.
Those are the Kim braids. They different.
No, Bo Derek did that in the 70s.
No, there's no way.
She was on a poster in like every guy's room.
Yes.
Farrah Fawcett and Bo Derek. Every guy.
Bo Derek is a chick?
Yes.
They said Bo. I'm thinking it's a dude the whole time. Like, yo, why we talking about Kim K and some dude? Yo, things are real progressive in this job. Who Bo Derek?
She did that back in the day, man.
This is Bo
That's
Derek?
Bo Derek right there.
Wait, who's this?
That's Kim Kardashian.
Oh, that's why they put them side by side.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian did it way better.
No, she did not.
She looked way better.
No, she don't.
Bo Derek was y'all put her on the wall? Y'all was,
Farrah Fawcett and Bo Derek.
they was fainting. Farrah Fawcett I get. I can look at Farrah Fawcett right now and be like, okay. Bo Derek is, I know, I can get it. I'm just saying, like, you watch Baywatch, you see Sarah, you be like, okay, that's the same joint. I don't know Bo
Well,
Derek.
Bo Derek had that status back then.
And she wore braids. So we agreeing with the braid thing? Or we not agreeing with the braids?
I mean, if you can wear what you want.
We do think it's culture. Do you think that it's cultural appropriation? Do you have an issue with? You don't have an issue with white people wearing braids?
No,
Cornrolling.
black women put dye. I mean,
Wigs.
No, not even wigs. Relaxers, and they hair.
Relaxes. Okay.
So
So we good with it.
I'm good with
So
it.
you think so when they say there's a conversation black people already have, should we stop being like, yelling and blowing whistles at
Yes.
white women with braids
Yeah. Let them do whatever they want
and,
to do.
and dreadlocks?
If that's what they want to do.
Winbro said it's when you act like you came up with the braids. That's
Yeah, that's
Nah,
there we go.
Wearing the braids.
what's wrong? Some of them experience that, but Fro, some of them grow up in those neighborhoods. They actually did experience the braids. They went through all the same trenches.
No, because when Kim Kardashian.
Oh, acting like it. Okay.
Kim
When
Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian did it, they act like she invented the braids.
They did the same thing with Miley Cyrus twerking. But I think they was just, when you go back and look at her old twerk videos, I am actually amazed at her swinging her back around. The way she swung her back around like that is crazy. But they,
back to her white side.
yeah, but they made jobs she created. They got twerkologists. I'm not even laughing. I looked into it. It's crazy. If you look into it, it's literally classes, like 50 white women with hats and booty shorts, and they're all shaking their backs. It's the greatest thing in the world, bro. They twerk masters. They have the little twerk master cap, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm teaching this class, and I'm a twerkologist." It's really, yo. They made, and it's all white women though. Every time I look up twerkologists, it's just white women. There's no black women teaching twerk classes. How to twerk, teaching the class. They in there, teach them how to twerk. That's the. But so after Miley Cyrus,
Hey, Blue, real quick. We got a comment in here. Somebody trying to start something. Barry McCulkin said, racist. Barry. Barry McCulkin said,
1 second, man. Let's see. I mean, we gotta get to. We gonna burn it up later. We gotta see what he's starting.
Barry McCulkin said, racist black pile of shite. And then he just deleted the comment.
I don't get it. He just came in mad. Hey, Barry.
Barry came in mad.
Barry, if I knew how to block you, I'd just block you. I'll just block you. I want you to know I really don't even care, Barry. Your name, Barry McLaughlin? What is it? I'm going to call you Barry McLaughlin because that's funny to me. Barry McLaughlin, you have a good day, man. God bless you. I'm only saying it because you're here, pal. You wasn't here, bro. I'll tell you something else. But,
got bigger issues, man. His name is Barry McCulkin for real.
McCulkin, like the dude that got left at home alone? You ain't got no family? That's why, you know what, Barry? You right. Speak your piece, bro. You home alone.
The most famous Barry's a black man.
You Barry White. Barry White. What if he black? And he hitting us with the Uncle Ruckus.
Hey, man, he get 5 stars for the name.
Hey, all right, the next one is a conversation that black people aren't ready to have. They said that paternity tests should be mandatory because there's too many black women that are not letting their kids know their real fathers.
I'm going to go a step further, and I'm going to say, okay, I got it.
What's wrong with it if you know that? Yeah.
Buckethead chicks shouldn't be opening their legs. That prevents all of that. That erases the paternity test.
Well, that's also men, though, right?
Yeah, them too.
I'm just saying because
Buckethead dude, you should have a card that say that you allowed to
they
hit.
said they have the nutrition facts. So
And
you
if
walk
don't have
around
that
with your
card, you ain't allowed
patch,
to hit.
with your patch on you that
Yeah.
says "I'm trash."
You gotta earn the hit.
You gotta earn
You
it.
gotta earn the hit. You gotta live a certain lifestyle to be able to even be sexually active.
You mean like a leveling system?
Yeah, like you got your sex card. I sure do.
You mean like a DMV?
Yeah.
You gotta pass the
I'm
test.
saying like you can't be out here just getting it in and you a bum. Then you gonna have bum.
Nah, but they actually get away with it though. They were saying you heard about the bear, right?
Nah, I ain't hear about the bear.
The girls had an opportunity to choose between being stuck in the woods with a man or stuck in the woods with a bear. Guess who they chose?
I don't know.
The bear. They said they felt safer with the bear than the man.
She had bad experiences.
They said the man was more dangerous than the bear.
She had bad experiences.
That's most women. Except TikTok going crazy with it. Everybody saying the bear.
Listen, man, if we getting our information on TikTok, we've lost.
This is how they talking nowadays. It's how they talk.
It's
Where you
already-
going, bro? Where you going? Where you?
I'm trying to stay out the line of your camera.
I don't know why you work here, bro. Stop acting like you ain't part of the show.
The jig is up. We already know what China doing to TikTok algorithms on Americans. So you getting your information from? I mean, come on, yo. You letting China raise you, man.
This is an actual. Instagram's having a conversation too. It ain't just. It ain't just TikTok. I'm saying it's all over.
It's called a trend.
So my
And it
question to
starts
you
from
is: Do you think paternity tests shouldn't be mandatory? That women should just better manage the
Man,
cat?
that's putting a band-aid over the realer conversation. Be selective or safe on who you having sex with.
So that's a conversation.
When you got, that's probably mine. I know because the timing add up. About, you know what I mean? Like
Or you just plan the baby instead of probably mine. Maybe she's pregnant. How about we just say, hey, let's go 50-50 on this child and have a baby. Planned babies work too,
That's a realer. That's even more.
That's the
what I'm saying.
solution. No more surprise babies.
That's just stupid, man. Not what you saying, but the whole comment is about. That's just stupid saying that you should mandatory. That's taking.
I don't disagree with that though, because I mean, I heard a story, right?
I do.
A girl was telling a story about her father. She went and she did the 24andMe or something like that. It was a thing about her ancestry or whatever. It was a paternity, but they had to do a paternity test. And when they did a paternity test, her father and her were doing it. It was a fun thing her and her dad were trying to experience, and the father finds out that the daughter is not his daughter from doing this thing online. Something casual. He wasn't doubting. He didn't raise her, taking care of the mother, take care of both of his daughters, what the case may be. So he got a test on the other daughter done. The other daughter's not his kid, right? So he divorced the mom, goes in to live by himself. They're reaching out to him and stuff like that. He's just like, she said she saw something in his face change. When the test came back, it broke him, right? Because he's thinking oh my God. She's like, how is this not my dad? Finds out later that it was the neighbor. The neighbor was the father, and the neighbor knew the entire time. The dad went on for a year or two not speaking to them, and it eventually deleted his character. And she shared the story about if my mother had been up front, my dad probably could have still been here. It's hard for me to forget my mother, woo, woo, woo. And that's a horror story from the situation, right? But I also
Is that a true story?
yeah. So,
It's like women like that, man.
but I'm just saying, but if he had a paternity test at the beginning, if he had a paternity test at the beginning, I'm saying I'm not against it because I mean that was a happy life they play. He's happy about the baby. He's cutting cords. He's taking her. I mean, he's doing everything. I just took a test on a whim and found out his whole life was a lie. I would like to save myself 29 years of raising somebody else, especially when he's a neighbor. He live across the street. You telling me homie could take care of, you know what I'm saying? Because resources is finite, baby. Don't trick me into be out here raising your kid. Because now I got beef.
Message.
Now I got beef, bro. We got deep beef. Because you ain't.
Mandatory the kids more than anybody else. What are the comments?
I agree. I think knowing who your biological parents are, there's a different kind of longing. Because even dudes that get raised by their step parents that don't, find out that's not their real dad, say, you're my real father. But back of his mind, he like, damn, I really do want to know who my father. I wonder what my biological father looked like. It's just something you need, bro. Like closure.
Yeah. My dad's adopted, so yeah, I knew that. His whole thing, he just found out within the last probably 5-10 years who his biological parents were. So
That's wild.
That was a big thing for him. But I mean, yeah.
Even though you got raised, life is good, got a whole family, son, everything.
But you still that speculation, you want to know who your parents are.
There's a connection there that's just undeniable. You can't remake that. You can't remix it. And be like, nah, it's okay though.
Yeah, you want to know where you get your eyes from, your
Nah,
genetics.
I would say you just want to know.
True.
Right? When you just want to know. What about you? What do you feel? They said the conversation that black people aren't ready to have is that paternity tests should be mandatory because too many black women are raising kids not knowing who their biological father is.
I think the father should take some responsibility in this as well. Lots of times, children that are born out of wedlock don't get that opportunity to know any more than what they're told. And I think there should be more evidence there. I have experienced this in our family when I have with grandsons and nephews, and you got a girl pregnant and she has the child, then you should know that this is your child.
You
And
ain't
if
gonna tell nobody? You don't give no freaking, just shoot him in the head with this.
That's the pop pop.
Sorry, hey, look, man. I told him to chill. He was like, nah, bro. He got the little blicky. He don't know what to do with himself. Crazy.
and if you are indeed the father, then you know what responsibilities you have as well as what rights you should have.
I agree with that, but do you think that is a conversation that black people specifically, that black people need to have, like a problem that we need to address?
I don't see that as a particularly black person problem.
Facts.
I just think it's a generational problem.
I can agree with that.
If the real truth were to come out, a lot of people would be shocked, and I think a lot of people are shocked when they do these DNA tests.
That's what I'm saying. Do it mandatory. You do it up front, then you got nothing to worry about. You know what I mean?
And mandatory. I just think it's just a wise thing to do.
Facts. Because if it's your baby, then it's just your baby. If it's not your baby, well, you found out right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't see the downside to that. Mr. Kev.
Yes, sir.
The conversation that black people ain't ready to have. The other one was that paternity tests should be mandatory because too many black women are raising children not knowing who their biological father is. Do you agree with that being a conversation that we as black people need to have?
That's all women. I mean, no, let me rephrase that. All nationalities.
Kev hate women.
All nationalities. Like, you can't just pin it on the say. Like,
So it's like a black issue. It's like an
it's not a
issue.
black issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can.
it's an issue.
Pastor said it's a generational thing, and I think that's facts. I also don't see why it would be anybody be against that anyway. Because if it's your baby, it's your baby, and if it's not your baby, you find out right away. Like, I don't see the downside to paternity tests. I do know some women are like, "Why you need a paternity test? You trying to call?" You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a lack of trust. So I'd be curious. Like, I guess I ask a woman. Could I ask you a question? You have a baby, and the man that you with wants a paternity test. Do you take that disrespectfully if he asks for a paternity test? Yeah, right. But why do you think why is it disrespectful to you for him to have a paternity test? Is it like you feel like it's a trust thing?
I have 4 babies that are grown. But
They always babies.
But I was married before having them, so that was never an issue. But yeah, I would feel disrespected
If it feels
the
like he's
man
calling you
I was
unfaithful.
with thought that he needed a paternity test to prove that the kids were his.
What if he just wanted the test? It wasn't about proving or doubting you. It's just the confirmation so that there's no conversation going back. And you're just like,
I think those are conversations that you should have before you're sleeping with someone. I would feel disrespected.
some people don't sleep for the baby, but some people just sleep for the sleep. But I guess if you're planning a baby, it's a conversation to have. So most women I know feel that way. I'm gonna ask her in the back too, but I don't know if that's I don't know. Would you only ask if you felt like she was being unfaithful? Or would you just want to know? Because I myself have experienced both sides, right? I've experienced the baby where I thought he was mine, and paternity test proved it wasn't. I've experienced the one where I thought it wasn't mine and found out it was mine. I had both sides of that coin, and in both those situations, the paternity test was the fixed things, right? I would have spent my entire life. I mean, I'm still fathering the child that's not mine, but I got my kid late because there was no paternity test. So if we had taken the test right away, everything had been resolved on both those issues. You know what I'm saying? On both the situations. So I see the benefit on like a logistical side, right? Because there's time missed. Like that little girl can never get time back with me, and that little boy missed time being with the father. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. But if you're only with that one person, then there really is no
There's also situations where not even
time
situations
lapse
where
or something like
not
that.
even time lapse, but people cannot be not even not be faithful. I just feel like the confirmation, if there is nothing, right? It's just another piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? If there is if there is none, there is none. We're just doing this extra step so that no one can say anything to us, right? Because can't nobody come to you and to us. I'm sorry, put me and you in. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can say anything to me and this woman because we know we're good. We knew beforehand, but we just getting this piece of paper, so there's no conversation to be had about it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not a conversation piece. It's off the table. Yes, there's trust, but I think it's unfair. Not unfair. I don't know if unfair is the word I would use. I would argue for the test, not to disrespect the girl, but just for the logistical value of it, if that makes sense. But I also see where it's kind of like it's like I don't steal, but when I come to your house, you got me clapping at the bottom of the stairs because you want to make sure I'm not taking nothing in my pocket. I gotta clap. It's like I'm not going to steal anything. I don't need to clap, but you clapping for the extra layer of security. You know what I mean? So I get it.
I don't like to be accused of something, and if someone asked me to take a paternity test, I feel like I would be accused of something, but I understand from your standpoint how you feel, because I've also had a friend that didn't find out that he had a child because someone else saw that he was the child's father and was paying child support for like 15 years, and then come to find out it's not your baby, so.
And you don't get that back. And you don't get that back. Child support you pay for a kid that's not yours, and that's it. You just donate it. You just donate it to somebody else's child.
I get
That
it.
sucks.
I understand.
She should be in jail. Lock her up. Lock her up. She needs prison time.
Exactly.
I'm gonna ask one more female, and I completely understand. That's what I wanted to ask you because I'm like, it makes sense. I think most women feel the way you feel. But let's ask. If anybody's in the chat, I'm curious if you feel the same way, that asking your woman to take a paternity test is somehow disrespectful or not trusting the woman. I want to know if you agree with that. Let me see if I can. Oh wait, let's ask this question. Hey Ash, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
All right, don't put the babies on the cam, man. Get the babies off the cam. One of the conversations they said that black people aren't ready to have is that paternity tests should be mandatory because too many black women are not letting their children know their biological father. Do you agree with the idea that paternity tests should be mandatory? Paternity tests should be mandatory. And if you were asked to take a paternity test for your kid, would you feel disrespected by the man if he asked for a paternity test?
Yes,
Why is that?
because he should know better.
You should know better. You don't think that the extra layer of security is you just gonna put the hair on? Go ahead,
Oh
Lobo.
my God,
Let-
no,
let-
don't
let-
do
let-
that.
do your thing. Do your thing. Enjoy. I don't know where that came from. That's crazy.
Oh my God.
Hi. All right, so I'm gonna rock out because it's getting weird fast. Thank you for your answer. My little, the little baby started pulling the hair off my arm. That's crazy. I went back to ask Ashley a question. The little kid started pulling the hair off my arm. Bro, can I ask you a question or you on the phone? Hey, man, so I'm having a conversation. Today's topic is conversations that black people aren't ready to have. I watched this video where this guy at a college campus was asking the kids on campus, what is a conversation that black people aren't ready to have? And their responses made me question some things. So I was curious if you guys agree that these particular conversations were conversations that black people aren't ready to have. One of them was that paternity tests should be mandatory because too many black women are having children that don't know who their biological father is. Do you agree that's a conversation that black people need to have?
Nope,
Okay.
I don't think so. And the reason is if you're with that person, you're supposed to trust them, right?
Okay.
Right?
I mean,
That's how
yeah.
it was back in the day, right?
Yeah, but we're not
It's
back in
just
the day
that-
no more.
I know it's out of control now, but I still think that me personally, if I'm with someone, I'm not gonna take no test. Right there, you're starting it off wrong. You're basically saying that she's not loyal, and then when the baby comes out, it's not yours, right?
I completely understand that. I guess
The only time that you really
I get the
can have a
utility of it
test
though.
is, say you had a kid, and that kid's like 7'4" and has green eyes, and neither one of y'all have green eyes. I can understand why people would want to get a test, but no, if you're loyal and she's loyal, you shouldn't have no problem. Unless you suspect her to be creeping like that, you shouldn't be with her anyway.
So you think the test is only a question of faith
That's
in the
what
woman?
it is. Absolutely.
You don't see the utility in that, considering that. I mean, a reason I say that is because there was a guy who did not get a test. His wife. It's not his girlfriend. It's his wife. They have two kids together. His wife, and his daughter is now 26 or 27.
Okay.
And they were doing some game online where, they had to check their lineage or whatever, their bloodline or whatever. They sent the stuff in. When they came back, their genetics didn't match. So he thought something was wrong. He took a paternity test at home, and it came back that it wasn't his daughter. He did one with his other daughter. His other daughter was also not his daughter. She said his face completely changed. He looked different. He divorced the mom, moved into his own place. It was hard to get in touch with him for a while. About 2 years later, he deleted his character. And she was saying how much her mother's life. Found out it was a neighbor that was the dad. The neighbor was the father of both the girls.
I have a question. So basically, this is just based on one person's
No, that's that particular story. As what I'm saying is like that was a man who was with a wife who
But is
trusted
that
his wife.
one particular story going on with today? Is that what you're saying? That more people are finding out that the children
No,
are
the point
not
I'm making is
theirs?
that the utility of it is it fixes the issue ahead of time, right?
Uh-huh.
If there's no issue, then there's no issue.
Right.
I get that where it's become this mechanism or this defense mechanism to infidelity, and I don't think that it's actually just infidelity. I think it just takes a conversation off the board. If me and my girl know that it's our kid, it just makes it where no one can say anything to us about it being our kid. It's now it's a protection thing, right?
See, there you go. You're going back. You're taking away what your grandparents went through, what your great grandparents went through. It's loyalty. You see what I mean? Because you're basically telling that girl, I want to get a test because I want to make sure that baby is mine.
Absolutely,
Right?
absolutely.
Instead of you knowing that you spent the time with her and you with her and you trust her. You see what I'm saying?
But you know, if say
Huh?
yeah, because I don't think it's a loyalty thing to me at all. I think it's just
okay.
I think it's a utility. I'm not questioning her loyalty to me.
Okay, I thought you was questioning her loyalty, like I should go and take a test because I want to make sure that this kid.
No, no.
is
I
mine.
mean, yes, and I think that this particular thing, the paternity test, should be mandatory because too many women are not letting people know their biological father. I think that specifically, that their conversation is about loyalty. I agree with that.
Okay.
But I'm saying that a mandatory paternity test outside of the scope of too many black women, like that idea. I agree with you. I don't think it's a black issue. I think that's a society issue or an age type of thing.
It's the whole society
But
at
a
the time.
paternity test in general, the utility of one, I don't see it as a loyalty thing. But I also understand that it's only getting used as a weapon. It's weaponized because when a woman decides to take a man for child support, one of the first things she has to do is prove paternity. She can't just say, "Oh, that's the father." He has to be the father, and they have to make sure it's the father before you can put him on. So if he doesn't, he has to sign the birth certificate. If he doesn't sign his birth certificate, but he's fathering this child, you have to now prove that he is the father of this child prior to being able to collect funds from him. So like even on a legal standpoint, you can't utilize me as a father unless you prove that I'm the father. So we only get to that point.
So right now,
But they have no problem with that paternity test,
I know
right?
what you're saying. So
But
right
if,
now you're just basically saying the only proof you got is when you sign the birth certificate and the girl's saying, or the young lady saying that you're the father.
you're legally
You're
obligated to the
father.
child, but it's
So
no
you're
like,
saying, but based on what's going on in today's society, and there's so many people out here that are finding out that their children are not theirs, that you should have the test. That'll skip all that.
Because I guess another thing too is the experience of pregnancy is different for both people, right? A woman knows she is pregnant; it is her child.
Right.
There's no question to it.
Right.
The paternity test is literally just for you as the man because you're the only maybe in that situation, right? They're absolutely 100% sure that pregnant woman is having that baby and that baby is hers. You know what I'm saying? That baby coming out of her ain't no accidental surrogate mothers, right? You're the only person that has the opportunity. So the experience of pregnancy is different for you. It's different for us. So when you ask for that thing, it's not even about loyalty. It's not about being. I guess it is confirmation, right?
Yeah.
But I think the utility of it is that there is no question, right? I can't be like later on. She'd be like, maybe he's. Not, if we get in an argument, and not that this toxicity.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, there's nobody that could be like, yo, well, she wasn't always with you, was she? How are you sure? Like, no one can say anything to us. Nothing can be used. And if we ever have to go back into some kind of utility, me and this woman do break up. We don't. We have that in the back pocket. We know this is my kid. We can start whatever process we need to separate and share this child. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like, the utility of it is endless, right? But I also understand why, and I guess that's why it's bothersome to them because they know it's their kid. You are the only maybe. You're trusting them is why you're there.
based on her say and what the child looks like, if that's your child.
Yeah,
But then
That's
you
it.
Should, then you should get the test done.
but that's everybody. But I also think that when you choose your person, you choose some person you don't have any doubt. But I don't know if it's a doubt thing. Like for me, I don't think it's a doubt thing. I really, honestly, I'm never having a kid again. But if I ever had a kid again, absolutely, absolutely,
Can
child
I ask you a
paternity.
question then, not to stray off it? So then maybe you should go back in the time the way they used to tell if a woman was a virgin or not. So a lot of women tell men that they've never been with another man before, and then the man finds out that's not true.
How you find out it's not true?
Well, back in the
Somebody
day,
broke
Yeah, someone comes and say, hey, I used to date that woman back in the day, and I was hooking up with her, or something like that.
Damn.
You see what I mean?
Cold-blooded.
Yeah, but back in the day, they used to do tests. They used to check to see if she was a virgin.
That's crazy.
Yeah, before they got married. You see what I mean?
That's crazy.
See?
I'm not trying to go
But what
back
I'm saying
there.
is, but one is no better than the other, right? So if
Not to
you
me.
put- Not to you.
Cause
but it could be
I ain't
to
asking her
other
to never have sex. I'm not even asking her
No,
to
I see what
prove.
you're
I'm
saying.
not even
So-
proving that it's my kid.
so
I don't want to have any. I don't want it in my back of my head. I don't want it to be in a conversation. I don't want her to. She ever needs something from me. I want her to know that I'm 100% on board. Because even if she wanted to do something, if I decide to leave, I want to. Hey, look, this relationship was great. We got 5 years in. I don't want to do this anymore, right? Like I'm good. We take care of our kid. Let's figure out how to split.
Right.
We already got that step out the way. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right,
just
but it sounds
paperwork.
like you want insurance. You want to make sure that when you get out of that relationship with her, that child is yours. 100.
I think that honestly, I think that
Nowadays, but what I'm saying is,
that's what you're saying. That back in the day, you didn't need
back
that.
in the day, you didn't really.
Ain't no
go
girls
with
back in
it.
the day. The girls back in the day are 50 years old now. The girls right now. The girls right now.
So you're
girls
trying to
right
say,
now.
so basically nowadays is what you're saying that you should put it.
I think for me personally, just my experience, it's a mandatory, right? But I'm also talking about the utility of it. I don't think the utility of it is wrong because there are men who are married and doing everything the right way, and I would say find out that it's not.
Right.
And some people find out that their kid is theirs later, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they never took a test with this woman. They're like, yo, we're friends, we're cool. Find out the kids later. There's two different sides to that coin, right? The utility of there is nothing that's wrong with it. After getting it, right, there's nothing that is bad about it. You don't get it, and now there's an extra tax for having a paternity test. All it does is because it's literally the utility of a paternity test is endless. For both parties. The only thing that it bothers is the woman because she feels disloyal. It doesn't. You get a paternity test. It's not about your disloyalty. It's not about you. It doesn't affect me the same way. So out of respect for the woman, you're like, let's not make her uncomfortable. But I don't see it's not about making her comfortable, making her uncomfortable. I'm just saying it's a utility. It's an item on the list that makes things that you both can use.
See, that's the thing, though. If you really love that woman, you want to be with that woman. Back in the day, and you had a child, that was your child. If it comes to pass, like 15 years down the road, you raise that child, I look at it as still your child. You
Oh,
might
yeah,
not
still
be the
your
father.
child.
You might have made the child, but you made a human being.
That is shiesty
You know
though,
what I mean?
bro.
I know,
15
man.
years.
I know, man.
Can
but
you
it
imagine?
happens.
You imagine?
But
Yo,
a lot,
I played.
A lot of people out here like
I
that.
did this little thing. They was like, yo, you can buy this iPad on layaway. It's a $500 iPad, right? You pay like $40 a month for X amount of months. I paid $40 a month to get this iPad. I was hype. Couldn't wait to get this iPad. It's all souped up, everything I wanted, right? I was paying for the junk. I think I was like 20 years old. Paid for the junk for months, right? $40. Boom, boom, boom. Paid, finally get it done. Boom, I'm ready for it to come through. They don't send it. They don't say nothing. Can't get in touch with nobody on the phone. I called my bank to get the money back. They was like, nah. I only did it for like 6 months. Paid for this joint, right? Didn't get the iPad. Bro, I was mad. I'm trying to get it back. You know what I'm saying? Damn, that's $500, $600 I just put in this joint. Then I got the money back. I said that to be like, I can't imagine doing that for 15 years to find out that ain't my damn thing. That ain't $40 a month.
Yeah, but say you and that girl have the best relationship in the world, right? And then it just comes out 10, 15 years later that child's not yours, but you got the perfect life, the perfect family.
Don't care.
So you don't care. You just like
Hell no. Because it's all built on a lie. It's all built on a lie. Like, look, what else? It's a perfect life because she's manipulated me. So I don't know what else she's manipulated me with. Going on this 15. Now you have 15 years of manipulation because when she made that lie, she had to build on that. There ain't no way that lie came once, right? 15 years, she had to send me another lie somewhere else, another lie somewhere else, another lie somewhere else. She done built an entire life around a lie, out of a lie. Every dollar that you could have chosen to give and not chosen. Every time you wanted to say no, but you did it anyway because you're like, you know what, I'm going to sacrifice for my son. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or sacrifice for my daughter. Every time you did that, you could have said no because it wasn't your damn baby. Like, you can't get none of that back. It's just too many lies. So for me, I'll be what homie did. Homie was like, look, on her birthday, he waited till her birthday, got her everything, had all their stuff, had all these bags, right, with ribbons and bows. All these bags, bro, right? Gave her a letter. The letter was a paternity test saying that he's not the father. All the bags were her things from the house that he backed it up like presents. Get out. You have to the end of the month, you and your daughter. That's your baby. Get you and that girl out of my house by the end of the month. They said he was savage. I'm like, he got every right.
So he didn't have a bond with that child?
No. Loves the baby. Get out by the end of the month.
But he still told the baby to get out.
Her, and the baby. That's not his baby. You can't keep that kid. You can't keep that kid. That kid, no. You can't keep that kid. You keep the kid. She can come whenever she wants and be like, you kidnapped her. Send me my daughter right now. And you have no rights to that kid at all whatsoever until you go through court.
I've never had to go through that, so I
It's trash.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it's full on trash.
It's kind of like a lose-lose situation.
Even when it's your kid, it's trash because paternity, custody, going through custody is trash as for a man. It's absolutely trash. You go into custody court, and you are a piece of garbage until they decide. Not you prove. You can't prove you're not a piece of garbage. You're a piece of garbage until they decide you're good enough to spend time with your kid. You gotta prove how much money you spend. You ever take an inventory? You have any kids? You have any kids? Yeah, I have kids. You ever take inventory? You ever save a receipt? You know how demeaning it is to save a receipt? To count how many dollars you spent in a month? You know that's ridiculous, right? Because I feel like we got a similar mindset about masculinity. You know how ridiculous it is to count how many dollars you spend on your daughter or your son each month? To have to save receipts to prove to some man in a courtroom that you financially take care of your... That's what you're essentially doing. It's proving that you're not a good father. You're good enough for them to decide that you deserve time with your kid. And the whole time you're doing that, the mother is proving that you're trash. Man, you shouldn't have your kid. Man. Custody court is garbage.
I'm glad I'm old school, man. I don't have to.
Hey, look, I wish I was old school because that joke is. I was in the joint and I was trying to understand. Like, wait a minute, you telling me I just don't get? I gotta prove that I get the baby. They was like, hey, man, maybe you will, maybe you won't. We don't know. It could go either way. I was like, this joke is crazy. This is absolutely nuts. What's the last one? I'm mad. How much time we have with the pod? Oh, we gotta cut this joint off.
Peter Jones said, slap him for being disrespectful, teach him a lesson he won't forget. Wow.
Which one's that? Who we smacking? Oh, is that the person that
About the story y'all were just telling, the comment just came in.
parents that says.
Can we talk about this? Ain't nothing to talk about.
Thank you. If you watching, man, make sure you subscribe, man. I got a lot of shorts coming from this particular one, but also every Friday we go live at 12 p.m. Every Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do a live podcast. I do some lives during the week of my boxing, video gaming, follow up. Subscribe so you can keep in touch with everything, man. I'm going to go live later to talk about some more things. What's the last one? Oh, they said, you like this one, Sean, the last one. Conversation that black people aren't ready to have. They said there's only light skin and dark skin. Oh, there we go. That's weird. There's a whole minute of frozenness. Maybe it's the the Wi-Fi. Let me turn the Wi-Fi off.
It is off.
Bluetooth. Wi-Fi tried to get me. Yeah, so light skin and dark skin. That a real thing? You think that's a conversation we need to have as black people?
Come on, man.
I told you I knew you was going.
Damn. You know.
She was like, there's no brown skin.
What is Gina? Martin. Gina.
Black.
What is she light skinned? I mean, that's coming on.
When I say brown people, I'm normally talking about people that don't identify as black. I say black and brown people. Because I don't care what skin tone you are when you're black. You black. Like, I don't say, yeah, Sean light skin. And I'm caramel. Nah, man, I'll be like, yo, Sean black and I'm black. And if I see a Spanish guy, he brown. Because not because he's not black, because he might not identify as black. So out of respect for that, I call him brown.
I'm cocoa butter.
Everybody get the same thing, bro. We all black people, man.
Call me cocoa butter.
You know, there's only one person I know in this world that went by light skin and dark skin. Wuzu. That was it. Light skin Wu. That joint used to hurt my feelings. my brother was going through it, yo. Brother was going through it. So question to you guys in the chat, if you're watching the chat right now, I want to know whether or not you think that light skin and dark skin conversation is a conversation that black people need to have, that there is no brown, it's just light skin and dark skin. I think that's crazy, but let's see. Let's ask Kev. What's up, brother? Kev, question. So the conversation that black people are ready to have is that there's only light skin and dark skin. There is no brown skin.
That's not true.
I thought that was foolish, but I want to know, what do you think? You think, A, is that a conversation that black people need to have?
No,
Neither do I.
we all black. But
That's
I'm
what I was
paperback-
saying.
I'm paperback brown though.
Yeah, see, this is the jokes. What you know, these are jokes. Because Shaw said the same thing. Nah, man, it's just black. But I'm cocoa butter. I say, that's why it's so ridiculous that we just make jokes about it. But like honestly, it's not a real thing. You just black. I only say brown when I say black and brown people. I only say brown when I'm talking about someone that doesn't identify as black, like a
Okay.
Middle Eastern or
Spanish.
Asian, even Asian for real. I say black and brown people. If you're not white, you brown, or you black. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna handle you the same way they handle everybody else.
Asians are yellow.
Yeah, they say yellow, but I just call them brown people though. It's all the same thing to me because I feel like once you're not white, you different. You a different. You black or brown, fam. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't say black, brown, or yellow because that's too much. And a lot of the time, that particular culture doesn't identify with black and brown people because they get treated so poorly
Right.
that they just rather identify as another thing. Because why attach yourself to a negative stereotype? Yeah, why attach yourself to that? So I don't blame them. If I could duck it, I'd duck it too. But unfortunately, this don't come off, baby. We gonna be here. I mean, I identify as blue. You know what I'm saying? Apparently they mess with that identity stuff. If I say identify as blue, I can sue somebody for not saying I'm blue.
Oh yeah, you sure can.
Yeah, they call me something like a cat or like, yeah, or you're red. I'm like, yo, don't disrespect my gender. Hey, don't misgender me, fam. I'm blue.
Yeah, it's not a thing though.
It's not a thing. Not at all. Not at all.
That's not a conversation we can have. We wasting our time.
So we went through, I think I tapped on every one of the conversations they put up. Personally, I think the segregation one is the most foolish one. The idea that a black space, a black college for black people to thrive and like to nourish each other and kind of grow from. Historically, we've done our best by ourselves. We actually have worse numbers, worse families, worse. Everything was worse when we integrated into this because they already had a system in place that kind of beat us up. When we made our own systems for our own people, we were good. When we put ourselves into their systems, we just started being put on the bottom. And so it's just historically speaking. It's not a personal thing. I'm just speaking facts. It's unfortunate, but that's the part that probably bothered me. But the misinformation that bothered me the most in that particular one.
The comments, the trolls. How about yourself? Kaimon Chacon just came in the chat talking about get your black ass out that man's shop. Whoa.
That's a person? His name's Shimon? Like the Michael Jackson lyric?
K-Y-M-A-U-N.
Come on, man. Actually, I love the trash talking though because like I fight for a living. You know what I'm saying? So I love when people get in the comments and start acting crazy because it's like if I couldn't fight, I'd be in the comments too. I just don't know how you found me because like I just don't. What part of my algorithm put your punk ass in my comments? You know what I'm saying?
It's a wrong live, brother. Love you, brother. With smiling and laughing.
Yeah, I love you too. I just don't get it. I don't get it because you know what I'm saying. I'll be live. I'm gonna be live in a couple of days punching the bag, and I just want you to remember, come on back, come on back when I'm hitting the bag, and we can talk over there. That's crazy.
Somebody in the chat.
Somebody in the chat was like, "Get your black ass out of this shop." That's what I heard. I know he didn't say that, but that's what I heard. Get your black ass out of this shop, and I respect that. I respect that.
That's Macaulay Culkin?
Nah, Macaulay Culkin.
Oh,
He deleted his
Put
comment.
him on blast. And that comment went.
Wow.
I be trying to. I block everybody. If I don't understand the comment, I block you. If I don't get it, you can be like, "Yo, man, your day all messed up. I don't like it. I don't like the way he stand." There's 20 people in here. I don't know which one he don't like how he stand, but I'm gonna say I'm gonna assume you talk about me. Block now. You never come here again. You got one time to say something I don't get. You out of here. Can't stand people.
Yeah, we need a moderator now.
I ain't got no mods, man. I gotta get somebody moderation perfect. All right, bro, man. I always appreciate the conversations, man.
I take these on me.
That's today's
Hey,
conversation,
my
bro.
man, he a DAC hater too. Huh? He's a DAC
I
hater
appreciate everybody coming through today. I'll catch you guys next Friday. Again, Fridays at 12 p.m. I go live. I jump on during the week every once in a while, do a workout, but for sure, Friday 12 p.m. we'll do another podcast here at the barbershop. Peace. Make sure you guys share.